ahead of the 2024 elections. But answer no, my main Chelsea say economy ni mu aye den. Hey, baby abefe bia no obi to me from crab 7 times kana on fa isan say emu aye den. Star 724 hash. Mensa kan promo no e koso pan den. Mensa kan promotion star 274 star 274 hash. Omodian say ode onsa obefa phone sisi a ode ma mention ne enko nti quickly star 274 hash nti what dial okay o send dia obehun say ebeba bebre options ne beba na we choose option Power FM star 274 hash nti why out there no me ne wo yo ye ya bom sisi a nti behu Power TV XYZ number 1 choose no say 5 cities na de betum say 10 cities say 20 cities u de twa na ne tie bia no u twa pe ubedi draws no enkrofo bebre winiska ene ye cheska pudo kese pa nti bomodin say star 274 hash onso betwa bi because it's say na yama ne kon wan ye lucky a come de be de no aso be share off nti bomodin say ubetwa star 274 hash 5 cd pe which mean dey di over 1000 cities bomodin this one enyu bia na de be ma o TVXYZ Power FM pe na ya de be ma o nti hard etwa bi bia be ka mama. All right, senior ya kan say we no senior kan kan no election 2024 the stakes are very high. David Kumi Ado the executive director Emma Care for Free and Fair Elections Ghana. Yeah, etwanitia say Care Ghana. Ofia anopem bidin komo. But answer na no beka ya yenua penya na say director general in charge of research Emma the Ghana Police Service Director General Research Ghana Police Service Emrana yenuanom Joy omo launch of the Election Command Center for election 2024 no he came and then omo di nkomo na omo bisa ne say den na police for to ensure say election 2024 ne see what Techiman South 2020 year nipa nwotwe ehwe omo nkwa no this year 2024 no ebi ensi na sem eyetia o can say.
Just as I said, if you looked at 2023, the elections that we conducted you could see that all were incident-free. This is the status, and we have learned out of it, we have taken notes out of it, and so we know where we are moving
What
forward.
have you learned out of these?
Like how we organize it, how we organize all those elections that within last year, and whatever happened in 2022, a lesson has been learned out of it. We're not maybe going to involve the military as it were, because it was not even the police that came out with this issue. So it's going to be only the military, the police, the prisons, the fire, and then immigration. That is going to conduct these elections. They are going to support us. It is our baby. It is the police baby, but we want to co-opt in our sister security to assist in one way or the other.
Has that been sorted out, though, that when it comes to elections, you are the primary security agency, and in fact, in the coordination process, you will have to request if you need additional support, and we don't have a situation where we have the military going into a place and creating this tension that we see sometimes that then leads to violence, and then the police is held responsible. There's a military that has been deployed sometimes without your knowledge. And I'm saying this on the back of Ayawaso West Wagon. And when the commission work was done, it was streamlined with the police being the arrowhead. Has that been sorted out for this year?
That has been sorted out by the Inspector General of Police with his former members. And it's a clear-cut issue. Every internal issue is the police duty. And that is for sure in place. So we don't have anything that we need to maybe recall the past when it comes to this year's election.
DCOP Gabriel Prince Wabu Afisem NROTE no ne okan ya den say elections and so no and I say abato no internal issues no is the police baby. Now Article 32 of the 1992 Constitution is clear on that. Says the armed forces shall be equipped and maintained to perform their functions as defense of Ghana as well as such other functions for the development of Ghana as the president may determine. So elections are internal issues, and that is the Ghana Police Service, the Police Act. And no and more most are crying say omu embo ye ho ban internally because military bebemuno at the behest of the police. Now James Agaga, the ranking on the Interior and Defense Committee. Before Asemi Ebeye the police issued a statement say they are rendering an unqualified apology to the military, and that again, Asema Eye, Director of Research, mind you, he is the Director General of Research. He's not mean a person in the Ghana Police Service. We are Director of Research and Planning. If he's telling you, say, we have gone to meetings, we have discussed it, we have agreed on it, and this is the bottom line, because mind you, going in 2024, a lot of people are happy, and as almost quite say, basa yeah, a CN, NCBM, inti areshimu ben or more share every Ghana Police Service. And James Agaga said he doesn't understand why the police would come and disassociate themselves every near a year DCOP.
The National Election Security Task Force was formed. The Inspector General of Police was made the chairman of that body. There are allied security services which supports the police in the discharge of their mandate when it comes to the management of election security in our country. The CEDS, who is, if you like, the leader of the armed forces, is a member of that task force. But you see, the issue is that the police are the ones who must respond. The military comes in only and only when the police are overstretched and overwhelmed. And in fact, even if they have to intervene, they do that at the behest of the police. That is the security architecture we have adapted for ourselves. And so when we witnessed shooting in Techiman Saf, where soldiers were first responders, we thought that that was regrettable, it was unfortunate, and should never repeat itself. And so what the DCOP simply said was nothing but a statement of fact, and it is our expectation that moving into election 2024, we expect the police to discharge their mandate very effectively and efficiently in order to make it unnecessary for the military to be brought in, because the military...
Into James Agaga and Houghton in Kano, I told you earlier, say David Kumiado, paying pa order, care for free and fair elections Ghana. No. David, good morning.
Good morning, Mia.
So you've heard the DCOP, you've heard James Agaga, you've read the police statement. Your comments?
That's a bit I want to premise my position on this particular thing with Menushia as a not by elections. No.
Yeah.
I think both of us appreciated the work that the police did. The police decided, say, even with the policemen and our officers and Kasa Omobabe manning the polling centers near around the place, the elections, nobody had come there with any ammunitions. And it helped for the elections to be very peaceful. Quickly, I do feel. Then be a pintain, say elections, no. What I say? You call recently. Even
before Asen Central, Asen South, there was Kumewu.
Yes, Kumewu. And then even we recently had district elections.
Yes.
And you
last
see,
year, December 17.
Yes. So what this policeman is talking about, this DCOP Henry.
No, I mean it's Gabriel Prince.
Gabriel Prince. Yeah. As working, he laid his premise on the examples that have been done near more my military and encounter.
Yeah.
And into one can't be a bit say be an okay and throw no crew anymore, and he brought facts to bear. Now, 2020 elections, no. You start with you're compiling new voters register, which only say care for free and fair elections Ghana. We spoke vehemently against that particular decision by the Electoral Commission, but knowing the Electoral Commission so adamant, they didn't listen to anybody. Now look at the strategy. Military, they invade the Volta region. So we wrote extensively on this particular matter, calling the military off from Delta region because what they did was to scare the people off from the voting registration centers. And yeah, hope Banda Hinko military men efa soja fuatua Kesee any casa Kesee could prevent the people moving from one community. Na electoral commission and set up registration centers according to the law no, and the regulations electoral commission at the age man I say within the community the registration center new will move to the nearest community. So nebeya also be to register because these are eligible voters according to the constitution. Now soldier for prevented this from registering and participating in exercising their franchise. A lot of these things, 2020 again elections, for 8 according to the records.
And that's the Chiman South.
The Chiman South. And yet the Chiman South there. With our two, my friends saying, Ablekuma Central, any one keka. The police has gotten a bad name for these particular things, also. Because people feel, say, why? Police, and our mandate here, internal security. And when it comes to elections, internal issues.
Yes.
Elections, and West, where ECOWAS elections, African elections, Ghana elections. Police, and they are in charge. Why? Everybody in this country knows, say, you were election security. That involves all the security architecture and answer the security in this country. On one
from the election security management. Na IGP na empower that sa ekonano. Good.
Recently, there is this. Let me get this quickly. Na mankind and share. For share. Ghana Armed Forces pinning a fan recently. No, your friend no. As a chief of defense staff, Vice Admiral said, Amwama, or say, the Ghana Armed Forces will be on hand to provide background support to the police and other security agencies who will provide security for the 2024 elections.
Background support.
What is different from what this man said? The police is so quick in responding to what he's saying, and people are even calling and saying,
I mean, the police statement made mention, say he'll be subject to internal discipline, and that we've heard, even Sir Richard Kumado, Emo Eka said the decision is too harsh, and that's, I mean, he spoke the fact.
The police is acting, the police is acting hypocritically. Because in the 2020 elections, the police has the responsibility to investigate this matter and bring the culprit to book. Has the police done that? Have you seen any report of such? When we say investigation, the Binima Kujina court, ye dioma say, omo, for 8 and the police is getting a bad name for these particular acts. You see, and the police officers down on the ground have become engendered species. Radical when it comes to these things, and we are going into the next elections. They are not the only men. They are not the they have family members, and I've heard people saying that, oh, if the police do this, they have families, then they are going to return such actions on their families. Police do not want to incur such wrath from the people, and then if those who are sitting up there will do nothing about this particular thing, as I say, to redeem themselves, because they know that Nehemiah also in that particular elections, they were not involved. Why is the police leadership not ensuring say investigations will be conducted? People will have confidence in the police. I believe, so you see, they say out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. Now, the police, when they meet themselves, they do have conversations. And I'm sure said these conversations have ensued among them. That is why you bisa or question, and that is what you will say. What you say?
But is that Ghana for a say on
you see, yes, for me, what he said, I was happy about it because the election observers. our core mandate are elections and election-related matters. And we have followed our elections right from 2016 to today. And this year, I hear call another elections. No, we are expecting say the police will live up to expectation. Now, the references he made to the things that had occurred in elections after the 2020 elections, no, are so accurate and very correct. And for me, I am happy about it because Ubia and Shrenenkwa in those elections, district elections, district assembly elections, and national elections,
yes,
because it is conducted across the country. Nipa bako say and Shrenenkwa. Nipa bako say and Shrenenkwa. Yekwa sense out. It never happened. The military was not there. If you saw a military, at least you should tell the people of this country. The military was not there. The police took charge.
They were not even armed. No,
they were not armed.
Yes.
So there was no fear. One of the incidents, somebody had come or share, I think, a military uniform was there. Camouflage.
Yeah.
The police quickly whisked him away from there.
Down,
you see, the police did their work effectively, efficiently, and professionally. And I think, say, in this election, say the son ebe kodia ebe boa. Yenka say military ni hu here. What we are saying is, say you are working at the background or from the background, and then play your role. What you say, yeah, maintain that position. Okay. There's no need for you to play a frontal role. The military, nema be bromaya. Many Ghanaians are not happy. Look at what happened in Ashaman. Ashaman. Because the military, what kind of omojuma in the constitution, no, protecting territorial integrity. That's the constitution. That's the mandate. And then I say because of the numbers of the security any the election, one day you hear more security into bra. Never be at the background. So you hear one after I know just brand play the front row. And now brand be kind of to come among for testing in the 2020 elections now.
And even with that, there was a report after the 2020 elections, by two former retired military officers. Now, Naval Captain Quentry Mensah retired, and now Commander Tom Kesee Agrifin. NHR report, and the title of that report was "A Test of Military Professionalism in the Ghana Armed Forces." They're basing that on the 2020 elections. And then, if you read a full report, it tells you say the military acted unprofessionally. So there was no need, say, as part of the recommendations for that report, there was no need to say the military play the frontal role in any elections. And so, like you are saying, it's coincides with the consensus Ghana for a reason. Say, look, Embraso, let's leave the police to do their work.
You see, we also wrote a report in that elections. And in our report, we also stated unequivocally, say, military, as I say, you're investigating on my actions in that particular elections near Chiomaso. Because only many times, the military has gone away with majority of these things they have committed, these crimes they have committed. And this election is very critical. I'll tell you the reason why. In 2024, 49% of the entire population of the world is going for an elections, including 7 out of 10 most populous countries in the world: India, Bangladesh, US, Pakistan, anyone make home. And this year is a year to test the world's democracy. So the world is watching everybody. In West Africa, we don't have good records. When you check the Sahel belt, all the countries in the Sahel belt are experiencing coup. And that there is a civil unrest in Senegal because of elections. NPP in power, in government, and we are also say they are breaking the 8. And this is say 8.
8 is enough.
Yes. And in the amount 8 so if you now almost on bedding or be also embram to us because Nansa de any baba kuchim. It says that this election is going to be a cagey encounter between these political parties amidst all the rest of the smallest political parties. And in these elections where election and say did go. West Africa, I got 3 countries how my experience you go here. Ghana one in the West African sub-region. And it is not an election that we can toy with. And it is a soldier for no into him bambidi sebe in some in this particular elections. Because I am not calling for coup. That's not what I'm doing. But I'm going back to history. So we share omo ye lady coups in this country now. They are not a soldier for penny for.
Young boys.
Omo was here when I'm sorry to penny for because why? In penny for no more tomo. In penny for now enjoying. And those that are down there are not experiencing the largesse that the big guys are experiencing. And they are with the people, they live with them in their communities. So you cobra extra, ne mame, ne papa, ne nyanum ete, mining with the other people. They hear the things that are going on. Utie radio, Ubie TV, you hear the things that are going on. People are suffering. People are not happy with the things that are going on. So we should name the conversation. Beautiful lines. Now, 2-3 people, and Kasa, I am telling you, have 100% who support these things that the policeman said, and against what the military did in 2020 elections. So, and to know all of us, the police, including the military, must take cue from this thing that 2024 is a very, very unique year. It's a very distinct year, democracy year tested. It's either break or make your democracy now.
David, thank you very much, sir. David Kumi Ado, paying part or da care for free and fair elections Ghana. I know, yeah, friend, care Ghana. Nti nkomodie no de would have given you the opportunity, say Obefre, but Kwame Menka will do that later. Nti no bomodia say Obefre, Arjun Treno bomodia so that it doesn't remain with us per se. I bet na TV so at radio so you can let the conversation no Yemanu MFT Asye have it amongst ourselves and ensure say the peace we are looking for no will not toy with it, and especially the young men and women are mobile out forming groups like the new era. Yeah, I know Semoko Fredia, you are working very hard to ensure say your future is secured. Keep working. The country will definitely be proud of you because your works will surely pay off. The new era and all other groups are you're ensuring peace for Ghana and the African continent. Efremi wisdom, whenever ubi share mi biano, Fremi Nyansa, Mejoso. Good morning.
In order to create sustainable jobs, that's Baumia should bring back dead people to Mandia campaign. Inshallah, Ghana for better Obama John Mahama said about a 24-hour economy no and be a Juma when the message that Odiaba. And I face William Stockball O2 was it hey Equia, you don't kill me all days for thief man, one day for the owner. William Stockball reaction what the my brana many Equia day the bon crata moon semino and they bramono. Also better Koswa to us they were against the Abba. Titu David Kumika chances here. Wabrana Moshe with TVXYZ. When you are Mabaka wants to get them say some Mabaka would a year TVXYZ. And a power 97.9. Yeah, David Kumika fa about one share on the about one commissar. And what's what yet the political parties and what's what yes Sabreya. Yeah, to about December 7, 2024. And Sama a year a bambofono the abatuga. Efa bambon share no the Asrafo no betima ye the Asrafo ain't me ye. There was a post for a year. Wabra ye kwa about with him. Adia ba kwa Ghana.